What's happening, guys? Well, recently I had taken a Ram 1500 with the standard output Hurricane 6 for a test drive. This was a crew cab, 355 geared truck, four-wheel drive, really nice rig, but unfortunately the performance was a bit lackluster. It certainly was not up to my expectations. Keep in mind, I had then recently driven a high output Hurricane 6 powered Grand Wagoneer. Now, that vehicle weighed about 1,000 pounds more than the truck that I drove, but that Grand Wagoneer ran amazingly well, very impressive, and it's most of the reason why I wanted to sample that standard output. Lighter weight truck, less power, but power to weight ratio and all, right guys? Well, the problem is it didn't really live up to the expectations, and I had questions, and so I posted it for you guys, and well, some of y'all were pretty passionate about your responses. It seems as though, at least by the most polite responses that I received, I drove a dud. So I went back to the dealership today. Buffy was ready for me to go fetch her, and so I wanted to talk to the guys about the truck that I drove, and more specifically, to ask what fuel was in the thing. So I got with my service advisor guy, and he owns one of the trucks, and he runs 89 or premium in his. Says he can tell the difference. And that sparked off a little bit of a light bulb, because when I went and spoke with my sales guy, well, I guess my concerns were confirmed. Those trucks are filled with 87 octane. And you might think, well, what's the big deal? 87 octane, you put 87 octane in a lot of different cars and they run fine. Well, that may be true. However, the standard output Hurricane inline 6 cylinder is running 24 pounds of boost, a number that in the aftermarket would practically, you'd have to be running E85, but certainly premium fuel. But let me read to you straight from the owner's manual of that truck, and it may shed some light on some things. And I quote, "This engine is designed to meet all emissions requirements and provide satisfactory fuel economy and performance when using high-quality unleaded regular gasoline having an octane rating of 87 as specified by the R+M divided by 2 method." So far off to a pretty good start, right? I mean, it's okay to run 87 in it. Well, not so fast, because the use of 91 or higher octane premium gasoline will allow these engines to operate to optimal performance. This increase in performance is most noticeable in hot weather or under heavy load conditions such as towing. Well, there are other heavy load conditions as well, such as wide open throttle operation, heavy power enrichment situations. Those are heavy load conditions. And you're going to need the 91 octane to get this engine to even make, well, optimal performance. What does optimal performance mean? Well, so far as I can tell from my test drive, optimal performance means 420 horsepower and 470 foot-pounds of torque, or the rated numbers for that engine. So, if you're looking into buying one of these trucks, I can only offer this to you. Don't take your test drive at face value. Realistically, the truck needs to have 89 octane, but per the owner's manual, premium fuel. And so, realistically speaking, that truck, as far as I'm concerned, it requires premium fuel. If I'm purchasing an engine and it says 420 horsepower, I'm buying 420 horsepower, but I have to have 91 or basically premium fuel to get it, well then premium fuel is required. And in my test drive, and from the anecdotal evidence from folks that have commented on my video and other people that I've spoken to that have actually driven that truck, 91 or better octane is the required fuel for the standard output. Only that 87 octane will get you there and back safely. It's not going to do any damage to the engine, because the computer is going to recognize knock events. It's going to start pulling timing like crazy, and instead of 420 horsepower, let's say you're getting 380 at best. 470 foot-pounds of torque? Not anymore, not if you're running 87 octane. From the way that I was feeling that engine making power, I don't know, 430, 440, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I didn't put the truck on the dyno, but it's certainly nowhere near the performance envelope that you would expect. So again, guys, I was able to get confirmed that the truck that I was driving had 87 octane in the tank. The owner's manual states clearly that if you want that engine to perform optimally, or the way that I read that, the way that it should, that you're going to have to run 91 or better octane in that tank. Guys, that's just the way that I saw it when I drove the truck. It makes sense. I'm reading it right here in the owner's manual. Can't get any more definitive than that. Post up your comments. Let me know what you think. We'll catch y'all on the next one. That's a wrap.